What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and I'm sure you heard by now the bad news of all the passengers that was in that submarine that was touring around the Titanic are actually assumed to be dead, and it's due to the implosion of the submarine. I have an illustration of how that looked. Don't worry, it's nothing gory. There's nothing graphic about it, but it's pretty shocking, and I would have to say so myself that this is, I think they need to stop making those things possible. I've always said, like, this is a place where people have passed away. You can actually consider it a sacred cemetery. And I don't think this should be a place where you go, ooh, let's go tour. Especially since the ocean, from what I've been told, is not a friendly place to human beings. So that's the reason why you have to use all kind of special metals and a lot of fancy equipment in order to get down there. But let's get into the entire story, because I have some very good videos for you all to see, and you're not going to want to miss those. This is going to be a good one. All 5 Titanic tourists tragically perished as U.S. Coast Guard's confirmed sub found. The submersible sparked an international search and rescue mission after its mothership lost all contact on Sunday. And I was told that they could have searched for the submarine sooner, but there was a lot of politics involved, and I don't know what the politics they are referring to and why there was such a delay. But the 5 passengers aboard a missing submersible died in a catastrophic event, a Coast Guard official confirmed on Thursday, bringing a grim end to the massive search for the vessel that was lost during the voyage to the Titanic. British billionaire, I'm going to mess up these names, so please forgive me. Hamish Harding, French sub-pilot Paul-Henri Nargeolet, Stockton Rush, the chief executive and founder of OceanGate, and British businessman Shahzada Darwood and his son Salman are believed to have died in an implosion. Experts said the debris found of the Titan sub was found more than 200 miles from the bow of the Titanic wreck. Carl Hartsfield of the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution told reporters that it was found in an area where there is no debris of the Titanic. So I'm going to stop reading, but as you can see here are the pictures of the 5 men that have passed away. So you have the CEO, Mr. Rush, you have Mr. Darwood and his son, and then you have Mr. Harding, and then here's Paul Henry. This is the guy who basically helped build it all, and he's the one who came up with the concept of everything. So let's go into the news where they were breaking everything, and they'll go into more details.
Essentially, we found 5 different major pieces of debris that told us that it was the remains of the Titan. The initial thing we found was the nose cone, which was outside of the pressure hull. We then found a large debris field. Within that large debris field, we found the front end bell of the pressure hull. That was the first indication that there was a catastrophic event. Shortly thereafter, we found a second smaller debris field. Within that debris field, we found the other end of the pressure hull, the aft end bell, which was basically comprised of the totality of that pressure vessel. We continue to map the debris field, and as the Admiral said, we will do the best we can to fully map out what's down there.
What are the prospects for recovering crew members? And so this is a incredibly unforgiving environment down there on the seafloor. And the debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. And so we'll continue to work and continue to search the area. down there, but I don't have an answer for prospects at this time.
My thing is that where was the banging noise coming from? Because I was keeping up with this story, and they were saying, "Oh, there's some banging. We heard some banging." Well, if it imploded, where was the banging coming from? Are you saying that it was the debris? Because it couldn't have been the debris. Debris was already at the ocean floor or in the bow of the Titanic. So, like, what? I don't know if these guys were just making stuff up to keep people's hopes alive. And it worked for me, because when I was hearing them saying, well, every 30 minutes we're hearing banging. And come to find out that the submarine imploded anyway, which I guess if you want to think like a merciful person, that's the way to go, because it was really quick. Like really, really quick. So they didn't even suffer. But still, the fact that there was this whole narrative of, oh, it's possible they got like 24 hours or 10-hour air left, and we heard banging, so we're stealing people down there. I thought that was a very cruel thing to do. But let's listen to the Coast Guard talk more in reference to what happened and the deceased. And then we're going to look at some illustrations. I do have, like I said, these are the pictures of all of the 5 individuals, you know what I'm saying, that passed away in that submarine. And so he's going to go over this in more details.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan Submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them, and I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time.
Okay. And from my understanding of them finding any remains is not likely, because you still have sea animals down there. Let's not forget the fact that if it's imploded, that more likely, if it wasn't the crushing of the ocean, but the explosion itself. And of course, you know, I'm just being honest, like, more likely the sea animals are going to just have at it with any remains that are there, except if there's bones left. So this was some very interesting. There's no sound. I don't think there's a sound to it. Is there? This is something I saw. Oh, it is some sound. So this is very interesting, where it shows you the depth of the ocean and what type of sea life can survive until you get to the wreckage of the Titanic. And so this is the submarine that was going down there, and it's very interesting. So now it's getting dark, so they use the lights. This is where you see the octopus. Is that an eel? I think that's what that is. It's an eel. And I have no idea what this animal could be. That's at 10,000 feet. Okay, we got Starfish at 11,000 feet. And then I think we're coming to the Titanic wreckage. Okay, here's 12,000 feet. And, yeah, there it goes. Yeah. Yep, so there it goes. So the Titanic, let me stop it. Let me rewind it here. So it says the Titanic lies around 12,500 feet below sea level. And here we go with, now, this was something I saw that was very shocking, but also let me know that, yeah, the implosion happened and they perished quickly. I don't think they suffered at all. And this is what happened. So it says the instant collapse of the pressure, the hull would immediately heat the air in the sub to around the surface of the sun's temperature. Wow. As a wall of metal and seawater smashed one end of the boat to the other, all in around 30 milliseconds. So let's watch that. This is very fascinating. That would have happened real quick. There's no way you could have survived this. This would have happened so fast they didn't even see what was coming. And I doubt very seriously you're finding the remains from this. What? If there is any small amount of remains, it's going to be devoured by the sea animals that are down there. Okay, so here's a good video I've seen. We're almost finished. And then I want to finish it off with my complete thoughts in reference to this.
And so on. So I'm struck by the similarity of the Titanic disaster itself, where the captain was repeatedly warned about ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed at full speed into an ice field on a moonless night, and many people died as a result. And for a very similar tragedy where warnings went unheeded to take place at the same exact site, with all the diving that's going on all around the world, I think it's just astonishing. It's really quite surreal. And of course, P.H. Nargeolet, the French legendary submersible dive pilot, a friend of mine. You know, it's a very small community. I've known P.H. for 25 years. For him to have died tragically in this way is almost impossible for me to process. And so
here's the thing like this. For the entire submarine to be controlled by a game controller, okay, just let that, and also, I thought it was also Bluetooth. So I'm saying to myself, there was a lot of arrogance there. It was a lot of, I'm going to basically laugh in the face of death. And my thing is, the Titanic should be a sacred place. And unless you're trying to get it out of there, which they're not trying to do that anymore, I think they stopped that a long time ago, then leave it alone. Just, why send people down there? You were just as good as sending drones down there, or I think that's what they call them, or maybe what they're little called submarines. Please let me know what they're called when you send actual cameras down to the Titanic that can basically take live footage or recorded footage of what they see down there in the wreckage in reference to the Titanic. I don't think you need to have human beings go down there. And this is the reason why I believe that. This guy right here, what is his, Michael Gullum? He actually says exactly how I feel about this. This video is actually going viral, and I actually agree with him 100%. Let's take a listen.
When my sub got caught in an underwater current, slammed us into the propeller of the Titanic. Almost lost my life down there. I hear this mission described as a tourist mission, and it concerns me to talk about it like that. This is more serious than a Disneyland ride.
True.
When I went down there as a correspondent inside a vessel that was designed for scientific research. So it was time tested. There was no question but these vessels could do what they were meant to do. When I went down to the Titanic, I thought I would just go down there and look and survey and report from the wreck of a ship, a very famous ship. right? And that's fair game. But what I discovered when I got down there was the emotional power that it exerted on me, that I realized then and there when I was face to face with the Titanic, it was right in front of me, that this is a sacred ground. This is sacred ground. People lost their lives there. It's a cemetery. It's a graveyard. So the concept of it being kind of a tourist attraction, to me, it just doesn't sound right to me. You have to respect Mother Nature. The ocean is very unforgiving, so understand the dangers of such a mission, and then also respect the dead who lay there.
Yeah, this is true. That is the most important thing, is respect the dead. What are we doing right now? We have to basically take a tour of a wreckage that killed so many people. I mean, geez Louise. Like, I was talking with the chat this past Monday, and I said, I don't need to go into a submarine to look at the wreckage. I can look at the pictures like this and pictures like this. You know, I see the after effects of what happened to the Titanic. You know, pictures like this that are so great and in high definition. I mean, this is a great quality picture that gives me an idea, like, wow, look at how the ocean is slowly deteriorating. I don't even know what is this, steel? Is it maybe still steel of the Titanic? It's just basically dissolving it right in front of our eyes, and it's just wonderful. If I want to see a model of what the wreckage looks like right now, I don't have to go into the submarine. I don't have to basically go down there and risk my life. If I don't want to see it via a video or pictures, then I can go to the museum and actually see the model of a wreckage. I know people are like, nothing's like seeing it actually close up. Yeah, I value my life more than I do just getting a bragging rights of, yes, I've actually saw the Titanic up close and personal. I actually respect the dead. I respect sacred places. I know there's some areas where they have cemetery tours. Nah, I never participated in those, because I think unless you are actually going to pay homage to the dead, you're gonna actually honor them. There's no need to you go in and say, ooh, let's look around. It's just crazy. I don't call me spooky or you want to, but that's just not my thing. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this by leaving your comments below. I kind of figured that this was going out, that if I didn't know it imploded. That was not my thing. Like I said, I'm still upset with the fact that they had us thinking that, oh, we hear banging. Every 30 minutes we hear banging. So I thought it was a chance that they could get some oxygen. I guess I was just optimistic, but turns out that they had perished instantly and a while back. So let me know what you think about that. And also, don't forget to leave a like on this video. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later, taters.